they had to ask Lando to swap, and then we had 15 laps of the most awkward radio that F1's ever seen. Well, that was awkward. So, just finished watching the Hungarian Grand Prix. Obviously, I was very excited because of the McLaren lockout of the front row. And overall, actually, a pretty interesting race. I don't think we saw anything that's happening in the midfield, so that's fine. But the emotional and internal battle of McLaren was pretty epic and actually conveniently documented in this week's poster. This is my Hungarian Grand Prix poster 2024, and I think it's hilarious because I don't normally include what's happening in the pit in any of my posters, and that is actually a unique situation given that I have two cars in the pit here, one angry driver and two cars driving, and it was the pit that determined the race because of a strategy call to move Lando in front. They said to cover off Hamilton, but it was to swap position. And then they had to ask Lando to swap, and then we had 15 laps of the most awkward radio that F1's ever seen. And personally, I think that Lando was planning on giving the spot back. I think he knew he was doing that. So they didn't need to every lap remind Lando to please give the spot back and yada yada yada. That was dumb. But tough for Lando. Right, 6 seconds ahead. You're clearly winning the race on merit. We don't need team orders to see who won it. But I guess you should support your teammate in getting his first win. It's a good opportunity. So, overall, pretty great race. I think also very excitingly, watching Max lose his cool is kind of an interesting phenomenon because he's pretty chill. But this race, he was just so angry at all times. And you could even see it in his driving when he took that lunge on Lewis and almost was out of the race completely. So we have Checo, who can't qualify anywhere because he keeps crashing or whatever. And then now we have an angry Max. So we could actually see the end of the glory days of Red Bull. So, back to the poster. This is it here. Same formula as always. Get it? Formula? I use a formula. And it basically depicts, it was a tough, a lot of tracks have an actual aesthetic. There's something about it, like Spa has Rouge or Eau Rouge. But the Hungarian Grand Prix is kind of less aesthetic. So I tried to pick the two hairpins, put them together, and the pit's right there, so I thought, okay, I'll just throw this in together. And I actually drew this when I was in Montreal watching the Montreal Grand Prix, and I'm just pretty content at how this is a McLaren pit stop drawing. So in my whole discussion of starting to draw the posters after the fact, this is actually the one time where the poster I made before the fact is what happened in reality. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so congrats to McLaren. think it's the season of McLaren. I'd put my top dollar that McLaren's winning the constructor, and there's a chance that Lando will take the drivers. If that happens, this entire collection will mean so much to me because I'm just drawing McLarens. It's the year of McLaren. It's also the year of Senna. So, anyways, thanks for tuning in. If you watch the video, I don't know why I make these videos, so if you watch them, I appreciate you. All that like and subscribe stuff. But either way, I'm just drawing these things and making videos. So, peace.